If you sleep alone, you may not know you have it. Parasomnia. According to sleepfoundation.org, over 10% of Americans have parasomnia, and over half of that percentage are children. Now, that's not saying if you're an adult and you have parasomnia that it's way out of the ordinary, but it's just not common. I am 21 years old, and I have suffered from parasomnia for as long as I can remember. I remember waking up in the middle of the night, lashing out in my bed because I thought something or somebody was in there because my dream was so vivid. And I remember sitting up and talking. And in these scenarios, you know what's happening. You know what's going on, but you cannot control it until you finally wake up. Some parasomnia exists in many different forms, such as REM behavior disorder, nocturnal seizures, nightmares, night terrors, confusion arousal, a bunch of that. The causes of these parasomnias stem from stress, anxiety, fear, external stimuli, and the most recent one they found is genetic factors. So if your mom or dad sleepwalks, then more than likely you have that gene that you could sleepwalk too. The three basic parasomnias I want to talk to you today about are REM behavior disorder, nocturnal seizures, and nightmares. To begin with, in the REM behavior disorder, you have to know what REM sleep is. According to sleepeducation.com, sleep occurs in 5 stages. Stages 1 through 4 help you go from a light sleep to a deeper sleep. And these stages occur in 2 to 3 cycles before you actually hit REM sleep. REM, or rapid eye movement, is the actual dream state. Your brain sends signals to your muscles and tells them to shut down. So your brain is active, but your body is completely at rest. In REM behavior disorder, you don't have muscle paralysis. So if you have a really vivid dream, a really vivid action dream, you're more than likely going to act it out. You're going to sit up, sleepwalk, sleep talk, whatever you can to express these emotions. And this is a high danger for your bed partner, especially if your dreams are more violent than necessary. The next one, nocturnal seizures. They're more common in people who have epilepsy, and again, more common in children who have epilepsy. This occurs when, in stages 1 and 2, when you slip off to sleep, your brain waves change. It doesn't happen when you're awake, but people are worried that it can. So if you're worried about it, you might want to go get professional advice about that. But even with medication, the next best thing to help these epileptic seizures is a good night's sleep. And the next one I want to talk about is nightmares. Now, everybody has had a nightmare, but it becomes a parasomnia when it becomes a nightmare disorder. This also stems from stress, anxiety, and fear. In a nightmare disorder, you can have repetitive nightmares, and when you wake up from your nightmare, you don't want to go out into the real world. You don't want to go be social because of this fear that you have. What happens in a nightmare is that your brain waves go through your brain and they pick out whatever happened that day or even 10 years ago, and they put them in like this story for some people. And for other people, it's just a bunch of random stuff that comes and it scares them. And a recent study has shown that if you eat sugar before bed, that you're more likely to have a nightmare. In conclusion, parasomnia is not common, but it's okay. There are treatments and there are medications that you can have. But if you're okay, if you're not hurting your bed partner, then there's really no reason to go get treatment. There's really no reason to do anything about it because it's just a part of who you are. Now, your bed partner can play a role in this for protection. They can set up alarms for whenever, if you get up and you sleepwalk and you happen to go out the door, or they can set up little traps inside so that they know that you're up and about at 3 o'clock in the morning when they know you're not supposed to be. Parasomnia exists in many forms, such as REM behavior disorder, nocturnal seizures, and nightmares. Parasomnia might seem funny to a lot of people, but it's actually a really, really big deal.